The Mualgal Mineral Artists Collective started in 1999, around about the dry season, and that's when there was a group of four artists, myself, Victor Motlop, Dennis Nona, and Billy Missy. We just started on working with some little liners by the size of A4. We actually the idea of starting the center was when we had a barbecue at Billy's place. Dennis Dennis suggested that we should start an art center. So we thought, oh well, we'll give it a go. And then we went on the Monday. We decided to go to the chairman at that time was Father Salatella Joe. So we approached him to ask the council for support on setting up the art center. Then what we did was because there was no funding in the council for buying materials and setting up art center wasn't part of the program. So the council, from the surplus they had from the savings they had every financial year, they decided to give us purchase the printer, the drying rack, and also the printing materials for the project. And then they gave us a little tin shed down at the jetty. We invited up Theo Tremblay, who was a printer at that time at the National University of Australia. He was a lecturer there, so we invited him up and for him to do a printing workshop with us. But we were very, very fortunate because we really, everybody got really into it, and we created masses of we created all these images. And when Theo was there with us, he showed us how to print it. And we were very lucky that by the end of '99, Australian Art Print Network, Mike Kershaw, actually saw all the the photo was taken, and he lined up an exhibition for us. And then we had that opening the following year, around about February, March, in Sydney at the Australian Museum. The Art Bank and Australian Arts Council actually came on board as well and Queensland Art Council to take the exhibition on a tour. That year, our first exhibition run, we went to Canada, and we spent about 12 weeks there with that exhibition. Then we went to London for about 8 weeks. Australia actually came on board, and then that was the movement of the Torres Strait art movement in printmaking. But then towards the end of the year, when we got back, we had a young artist who was working at the shop as an assistant manager by the name of Solomon Booth. He was working there, and most of the time when he had break, he came down to the art center, had a look at the art center. Then he showed us all these drawings and stuff. So we decided to take him as an emerging artist, and then we had a first exhibition. We had another exhibition we staged the same year around about November on Thursday Island. We called it Mata Mineral. It's all our designs, and that was a successful one. We only had that for about a week, 4 days, and we made about $27,000. So that's where, and then we took Solomon with us. Then Billy became the coordinator of the Art Center. And Billy, then that's when we actually built a new art center under Billy leadership as a coordinator, when we got some grant from $370,000 from the Queensland Arts Queensland to build a new art center facility for us, and as the present one we have today. We've actually changed the name because previously the name was Mualgal Mineral Artists Collective, but because of the name Mualgal, it gave a direct name of ownership to the people of Moa. So we decided that okay, we'll call it Ngalmun Lago Mineral. So it means our islands, so that we can have artists from other communities to come and learn and also share their culture with us at the art center. So basically, the name change was to so that we can have artists from neighbouring community in the Torres Strait and further down into Australia to be able to come into the art center and do work with us and even share the knowledge and cultural exchange. Our aspiration as an artist for the art center is to become self-sufficient and that we can actually take our art out to the wider audience of the world and educate them about our uniqueness, and also in ties with that we want to also run tourism as well that implements the art center. The art center and all the unique stories that is produced at the art center, all the mediums, will be the major attraction. But then we will actually have cultural practices like dances, showcase dancing, we'll showcase cultural tours and fishing. So we want to not only visually educate the world about our culture, our belief and our practices, we also want to run an ecotourism program and a business so that the wider audience can actually physically experience what they actually learn in the mediums and the artwork that comes out of the art center.